So, but it's up to you. About 2 inches down from the top of the paper, I'm going to draw a horizon line. Okay, and this is going to be the sphere in color. Okay, and I wanted to do it in the same direction, the light source, as period 3. So why don't we just put the light source on the right side, because that's how the art ones had their light source. Okay, so we'll write light source. Okay, so that's the sphere in color. I'm going to get my little circle. So I'm just using a bowl that belongs to my daughter. She just keeps stuff like toys in it and stuff. So I'm gonna have it just break the horizon line, just go above the horizon line a little bit, like that. Okay. Okay, I'm assuming most of you who are R2 already kind of started on this and try to do it on your own. The shadow is going to be on the lower left, so I'm warning him that I'm going to be moving kind of fast. So the light source, if the light source is on the upper right, the shadow is going to fall in the opposite direction, which is the lower left. Okay, so I'm going to draw a long shadow because the light source is pretty low in the sky. The sun is pretty low in the sky. Okay, so I think it would make sense to make the shadow a little bit on the longer side. So I'm just going to draw an oval. Maybe I'll make it a little bit longer because it's sunset, and our shadow should kind of stretch out and get extra long. So, okay, I think I like that longer oval. So I'm going to erase everything that's inside of the circle and keep some of the lines that I like on the outside for the oval shaped shadow, like this. Okay. Okay, so let's start on the shadow. I'm going to use my red. I like this red soft pencil. It's a Prismacolor. And I'm going to do a layer of red and a layer of black. So I said that you shouldn't, throw your pencil down all at once onto the paper. You have to kind of leave little gaps there when you use colored pencil, because colored pencil isn't like regular pencil. It likes to stick to the paper the best, and it doesn't like to stick to the previous layer of colored pencil as well as just the plain paper. So what I'm leaving is little spots for the next color, the black colored pencil, to hold on to or to stick onto. I'm using less pressure as I go out toward the tip of this shadow, and then I'm going to use even less pressure so that my color gets lighter and lighter and lighter. Okay, so once I have this this example done, I'm going to post this assignment, because I like to post a finished example with the actual assignment. So let me just do this. So we have darker, medium, and light. And I think that's going to become a little bit more obvious if I add some black colored pencil. So I'm giving you guys the option of using black colored pencil because I realize that if you don't use black, the drawing actually is going to not have as much depth or value. It's going to look kind of boring. So I'm adding a layer of black colored pencil in between the layers of red colored pencil, and it'll make the shadow look a little stronger too. So use both. You can use both. If you already did it in colored pencil, red colored pencil or blue or one of the darker colors, go ahead and add a layer of black, and I think that it'll look much better. That's pretty light. So what I'm going to do is just keep on building up. The Art2s have it a little harder, a little tougher, because colored pencil, you can't just, like I said, use really hard pressure and put down all of the values down at once. You have to build up many layers to get to the correct strength of color and value. Okay? Can you erase colored pencil if you made something too dark? Yeah, you can. You can lighten it up, but you will never be able to fully remove the color. So you can lighten it up to the degree that I think it'll correct your problem though. Okay, now I'm going in again, alternating with the black, and I'm going to be adding the black colored pencil here. And just putting more layers down over here right underneath the right near the base of the sphere. Okay, this is for the Art2s. Okay, this is not for Art1. If you are Art1, you get to do this next year. Okay. So you should have both pencils in your hands and just be switching off from one to the other. Okay, I'm going to put another layer of black right here. Make it dark right over here. And use less and less pressure. And I think I want a little black over here too, even near the antumbra. Okay, so the darkest part of the shadow is called the umbra. The lightest part is called the antumbra, and the in-between part is called the penumbra. Just think of the word pen. You write with a pen. Okay. Oh, the class is over in about 3 minutes. Gotta keep that in mind. Okay, you're on a Friday schedule, so your day will be ending at 12:55. But from 1 to 3:34, what you're supposed to do with the rest of the time is, it's not like early dismissal. It's just the end of active instruction for you guys. You're supposed to be using the rest of the day until 3:34. Give yourself time to do homework during that time. Or we give you the time to do homework at that time, so that we're not instructing and taking up that time with instruction. So you guys should be working on your homework so that you don't have to do so much over the weekend. Okay, so that's my shadow. Okay, and I'll continue this on Monday, Sunaya. Okay, so that you get to see what you need. And I will post this today. I'll just do another one so that I can post this assignment. But I want you to work on this shadow, okay? And work on this sphere. And I'll have these due next week, probably by next, the first two due by next Friday. So I'm going to give you guys plenty of time. All right. And I'm not rushing you. So we'll work on this some more on Monday. Come Monday, and I'll spend some more time with our Art2s. Okay. Here's my little highlight here. Just keep that in mind. It's going to be a highlight area. And this is going to be right here, this little crescent moon. That's going to be just the approximate area for the core shadow. Okay. So I'm going to put a little value along the outside edge here so that we could actually see the outside edge. All right, period 3. Have a great weekend. Finish up the sphere and the cube if you are Art 1. Okay, if you are Art 1. On Monday, I'll also kind of help you get started with drawing the shape of the cone, and we'll do the cone. Okay. All right, ladies, have a great weekend. You want to move on to period 4. And you don't want to be late. Make sure you're not late for your classes today. Jackie, don't be late for your period 4 class. Today we are on a half day or 12:55 schedule. You've done your classes at 12:55. Okay, bye-bye, Jackie. Have a good one. You have any questions, Jackie? Ms. Tran, do you have any questions? Okay. Now, this is for Art 2. This is not for you. This is your Art 1. So make sure you finish up your drawings that are done in pencil. You have to do this one. Okay? So finish up this one and finish up this one. Okay? Drawing pencils, you just want to focus on just the drawing aspect. If it had a little pencil like a test pencil, it would kind of look a little junky. That's the only thing I could think of that, you know, and then that eraser would probably be useless like very quickly. So I think that they want you to get like a nice quality eraser separately, and this is its own thing, and then the eraser is its own thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. In art, someone said over the weekend, art is so expensive. And he said to me, art is such a waste of money. And he was being ironic to me. He was trying to shock me and be ironic. This is a friend of the family. But in some ways it is true. Art school, art supplies, they are very expensive and they are overpriced. And I think because we have international trading and Amazon can get a lot of products from overseas, that's one of the ways that it's been my saving grace that I can afford when I had to buy supplies for my class, you know, and just pick up some things here and there. That was the only way I could afford things, you know, for my classroom if my budget didn't have enough money for me. I was like, thank God I can order stuff from China because, you know, because we know it's like most of the bulk of items on Amazon is from China. Thank God it's, you know, being offered, because if it was made in England, if it was made in the United States, it would be very, very expensive. And some of the products from China are very good and they function very, very well. And I've tested them out. Believe me, I have tested them out. So it's looking like I'm getting pretty close to the end. I don't know if the texture bothers you, and if it does, we could smooth it out by putting a little bit more pencil down. But yeah, art supplies can be, and then they're so darn specialized, like they don't put an eraser on the end of the pencil because they want you to buy the eraser separately. You could see it like that too. And those erasers, they're like $4 or $5 for an eraser, because, you know, they might say Prismacolor or something like that. Do they work well? Yes. Many of them do work very well. But I find that a dollar store eraser, like a pink one, that works fine too. I will buy them and I will use them. There's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to buy like some sort of dustless fancy eraser unless you want to. And of course, you know, there are such things. I think I have one the other day. It was like a green. Oh yeah, this thing. This thing is supposed to not make. It says dust free. That's a lie, but it does create less dust than this eraser or some other eraser. So in some ways it does work better, but this eraser might have cost me like $4, where I could have gone to a dollar store and bought like a pack of 5 for $1. So that's the difference. The more specialized it is, the more of a brand name, just like anything, it's going to cost a little bit more. And yes, they want you to buy a separate eraser. That's why they don't put it on the end of the pencil. So I'm just like, I just love doing this too. Just putting like little final touches. Just making the core shadow just a little stronger. Because if you make it strong, this core shadow, it makes it look super shiny. So if you ever look at a metal object, like a metallic bowl, or a metal sphere, like the kind that people put in their gardens and stuff, like the gazing balls. I don't know if you guys, your parents, your mom has something like that in her garden out front or in the back. They're called gazing balls. If you look at anything that's really high polished, there's a lot of contrast in it, and you'll see everything reflected in there. Trees, you standing there, and they'll just look like sometimes like a bunch of dark shapes or even a bunch of dark lines. So up on the screen right now, just if you want to take a quick look, this is what the sphere would look like if it was just done in the one color. You know, if you did it in the one color and you didn't add black to it. But of course, if you add black to it, it does become a lot richer in color. So, boom. You see the difference? You see the difference? Even though the light source is switched, this one, the light source is on the right side, this one, the light source is on the left side. I kind of prefer the one with more contrast because it looks shinier. But I left it as a optional thing, so you didn't have to do it with the black colored pencil. Also, you could have just did it like this with straight red or whatever color you chose.